So, what you just seen was me getting chunks of stuff out of this rear end. We're going to put new seals in it, new bearings, not axle bearings because those are actually good. But I want to flip this around and show you just what you could find if you were to try to clean your rear end out after you had a bearing failure. Now, I'm not done cleaning. This is just in the first go around. Now, I cleaned and cleaned and cleaned, and you can continue to find this stuff. And these little pieces of like the cage, they wreak havoc when they make their way into the bearings. Now, I'm an idiot for trying to even attempt to make that pass the other day at Slugfest. But that's the racer in me for not wanting to give up even when you know better. There's probably plenty more where that came from. Like I said, we're going to put new seals. These wasn't really leaking, but I've got it apart, so why not? Now, I've scrubbed the tubes, which I couldn't see anything in there. Hold on. I'm just going to let that try to drip in there. Now, all I've done is, actually, I can already see it. Bunch more material. So I've already cleaned this, and then brake cleaned it again, and then again. And I got to where I couldn't get any more material out of it at all. Let's see what comes about. This, if I'd done my job the first time, would have been clean. But that's not the case. Let's see if it'll focus. Looks like a little afro. Can't get into focus. But no matter how much you think you have it cleaned out, clean it again and again and again, because it's the material, you know, and I'm preaching to the choir because I've been known to not do this, but that material will find its way into everything, into the axle tubes. I've actually I pulled a rear end apart one time that had multiple axle bearings in the tube, but the bearings that were in the rear end still had all their bearings. So they had been in a failure. The bearings had somehow made their way into the tube, and then whoever done that rebuild on that rear end didn't get all the parts out. I believe Jake Johnson was one of my buddies. I believe that he was the one helping me, or maybe it was his rear end. I can't remember. It's been so long ago. But I'm not going to bore you with cleaning, but I'm going to continue to clean this out. When I do get it spick and span, we'll flip this camera back on. So, till then, I'm going to flip over to some ghetto music, a song of my people, and play that, which you can't hear because I'm tired of getting copyright claims. We'll see you shortly. So as of right now, I've done everything I'm going to do tonight. I've got some new races. Let me flip this around and show you. We've got some new races drove up in there. Put a little ring on it, I guess, from the press tool. Got that cleaned out the best I can get it. Come around to the front side. Got the new one in there, the bearings sitting in place. Actually, this is a great time to show you. If you look right around here, these housings, they corrode over the years. And if you can see, that little bit of silicone around the edge of the bearing. Now, I'll show you what I just used. Super high-tech gasket sealant. This stuff is like, I don't know, it's some strong stuff, and I've actually never used it, but all I do is I put a little around the edge. I've done these. You can see there's a little rolled up ledge. Now, what I was getting at was the housings are not true. They're not perfect anymore. They've corroded. They've, you know, you can see there's like a little rust edge. They're prone to leak like that, which this side, you can see a little wet dampness there. Obviously, it was leaking a little more than I thought, actually. But that will ensure you that the tube part will not leak. If you have a leak, it'll be from the rubber seal. So hopefully that this one doesn't leak at all. But the real reason I'm stopping for the night is I don't feel like doing this here. I've got a little splitter tool at work with a press. I can either heat that up and pop it off or just put the splitter tool regardless. I gotta put that on there. And I will do that tomorrow at work. and then come up here and finish that part tomorrow. I may not even make a video of that. We're still waiting on some parts. I'm waiting on the mini spool to show up. I got the new diff cover. I'll go ahead and show you that now. I've been running just a stock cover that's had a bunch of dents and dings and whatever. But this is your flea bay special. It's like 70 bucks. It's got the little stud girdle that presses on the caps. I don't know how well that'll actually help, but anything will help. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this cover. I mean, it'll work, but it's been beat up over the years. Let's see if I can wipe it out. That's rust. For all you people that think I'm dealing with a pro mod here. But like, we had a incident where one of the mini spools had broke and almost went through the cover, but it's just nasty. It's significantly lighter than that cover, but we don't care about weight because the truck's like 3,300 pounds anyways. But at 3,300 pound, these old Dutchman axles are holding up pretty well. There may be a little bit of a twist. I don't really know if it's just the way it looks on the splines. You probably can't tell. I don't think there's a twist, but there's like a knurled edge where they machine this, and one side of the knurl is smooth where it's been taking the abuse. I don't think there's anything wrong with axles themselves. And yes, they are C-clip axles. This is a Ford Explorer diameter down here, and custom axles, and I don't feel like going through all the work to put different ends on here, either Mustang ends or 9-inch ends. Just not doing that. We're going to stick with a mini spool life. We like living on the edge. But I believe that will do it for tonight. I've got a lot of cleanup to do. Gotta get all this mess cleaned up, get everything locked up. Thank you, Whisper, once again for letting me use your garage so I don't have to take this truck to work and have it my way where I have to look at it all day while I'm working. So today is Wednesday. I have parts showing up Friday, and we have the race Saturday, which is 4 hours away in Indiana. Haven't really got confirmation on that to be 100% when I even need to be there. But we'll get this together Friday night. We'll probably take it out on the street, do a little hit or something. Take it to the track, make a little hit or something, and see if it'll hold together before we drive all the way to Indiana. So as I was packing everything up, I get to looking, and if you look very closely, you can see a chip. But if you look even better, if I can get it to focus, there's a crack, and a crack, and a crack on every single one. Dang it, guys. We were, I did not notice this other day, which I also didn't have it this clean. There's a good angle. We were just about to continually rip all the teeth off. So now, I don't know if I have a spare gear. I was going to keep it a secret, but this is what I've been running for a long time, and I love this gear. Now what? Typical me move here. So I guess I'm going to continue to clean this stuff up. Try to track a gear down tonight, because I don't have time. I've got just a few days. We haven't tested this truck, and obviously if I do a gear change, it's going to extremely hinder my tunability if I have to go to a steeper gear. Oh my God. So as we kind of figured this would happen, this man ended up having a gear. But something that's really surprising to me is all this. Judd, buddy, I did not know that you had all this going on. So he's, you know, that ain't enough. He's adding more. This man, he's got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of noise. Whole lot of stuff. Now, do you want to give out any secrets, any cubic inch or? Okay, we'll leave it at that. It is a 4.8. There we go. So if you all watched the last video, I don't know if I got any videos of it or not, because we broke and we were kind of just out and about. But he went to the finals with Spango.
Semi-finals.
Well, semi-finals with Spango, and which is a nasty vet that makes a ginormous amount of power. But he was able to take this truck out. Man, Judd, I'm just really, really surprised. I thought it was a conventional plate deal.
But it's got one right there.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does. But, yeah, I'm happy that I got to see this, because I didn't have a clue. But, yeah, he's just like me. He builds everything in gravel for the better part. Build shit in your front yard. But it's getting colder and colder and colder. We're going to grab this gear and head the 30 or 40 minutes back to the house. So...
How the man gonna get all that in there?
Maybe if you didn't have 4 kids.
Need an NOS Top Shot.
You need 2 Krakens. One for each half. Alright, but I'm gonna end this video now. Thank you, Judd, for letting me know on such short notice that you had a gear. We're gonna grab it and get out of this unit. See you guys on the next one.